What's up, guys? Adam here, Flex Level Fitness and Nutrition, coming at you today to talk about something that comes up more often than ever. My 20 years of doing this, it's something that used to come up sporadically, but now maybe it's the time of the year, or I don't know, COVID probably had a lot to do with it, but alcohol. Alcohol, one of the four macronutrients that is not included in any diet that I put together. We got protein, carbs, fat, and alcohol. Alcohol is the fourth one. So what people often ask me is, what about drinking? I like to have a glass of wine on the weekend, or I like to have a couple beers with my friends. I don't ever tell somebody what they cannot do. I don't say, no, you can't eat any cookies. No, you can't have any alcohol. That's not me. I'm also 100% honest in absolutely everything that I do, and everything that I tell you will always get honesty from me. So with that, I tell you, yes, consuming alcohol on your diet will make a difference. It will hurt your progress. It will not make or break whether or not you get results, but it will absolutely play a role in slowing your progress, and will be somewhat detrimental depending on how often you're drinking and how much you're consuming. So this comes up because a few people recently have been in this position, and you know what? A couple of years ago, I would have had a different answer for you. I would have said, yeah, you want a couple beers on the weekend, fine. Oh, you drink a glass of wine a night, okay. Because of what I've seen in the past 2-3 years, my opinion on that has changed drastically. I wish I could say, yeah, not a big deal, because on paper, you look at a beer or two a week, it's not that big a deal. For whatever reason, like a lot of things, what you see on paper does not translate into the body, into real life. Those couple beers, that couple glasses of wine, that one glass of wine, whatever, will make a difference. You will look worse. I don't want to use the word worse, but it will slow your progress. I've seen this time and time again. Recently had a great example. This has happened so many times, but this example just happened recently, where I don't tell somebody, you got to quit drinking. It is somewhat a non-negotiable, but I have faith that we'll work towards that. And this is what's happened with somebody very recently. They had stopped drinking because they began to care too much about their physical health, not just getting abs and getting bigger arms. They cared about their entire physical and mental health as a person, and they found that the less they were drinking, the better they were feeling. And eventually they went 50 days without drinking. I didn't even know this, okay? So they shared this with me, and they shared it with me because I played a role in it. I didn't tell them, stop drinking for 50 days. I didn't say, hey, try to go a week without drinking. That's just not typically something I would do unless somebody came to me with a problem, and based on my experience, I would tell them what worked for me. This individual, we didn't do that, but there was something that he was seeing in me, in people around him, and in himself that he liked better than that person that was drinking relatively frequently and often to excess. So it became less and less. Became his birthday was coming up, and somebody had said to him, well, I mean, your birthday's coming up, what are we going to do? And for the first time, and as long as he could remember, it's like, I don't want to drink. Well, but it's your birthday. If it's my birthday, I'm going to do what I want. He was realizing that for so many years, he would drink just because it's what you do. And that's such a misconception. You do what you want to do. Don't go out and drink because of peer pressure. And how many of you go out there and drink and wake up the next day like, oh my God, I wish I hadn't done that. Or the common, oh, I'm never going to do that again. And what happens the next Friday, Saturday night, or the same day? You do it again. I say these things because I've been there, not with alcohol, but I've been there with recreational drugs. And well, today's the last day. I don't want to feel like this anymore. And you go right back to it. It's insane, right? So it's so rewarding when somebody shares with me, hey, I've gone such and such amount of time without drinking. This happened 3 times in the past probably 10 days. All different people. One of them was a client. 2 of them were just close friends and felt the need to share that with me. Uh, I don't know why. I don't need to know why. But it meant something to them to share that with me. And all of them, I asked, and how do you feel? The look on their face, like, oh my God, I feel so much better. And it excites them to see what more is to come. Will they continue to live this lifestyle free of alcohol? Alcohol is not going to do you any favors. And here's a quote that I like. No matter how bad things are going in your life, there's no problem in the world that alcohol or drugs can't help make worse. Trust me, okay? I speak from my own experience of 13 years of drinking and drugging and living a life of chaos, and it brings me such gratitude and happiness to see other people living a clean and sober life. If you go out there and drink every weekend, you don't have a problem, you go out socially drinking, by all means, go right ahead. I have absolutely no problem with that. I go to parties, people are drinking. Well, my wife would tell you we don't really go to many parties, but we may be around people who are drinking. And my wife is not an alcoholic, but maybe partly out of respect for me, or partly out of she just doesn't drink like a lot of people. Man, I can tell you, when I stopped doing those activities, my life began to come together, and I could not believe how manageable my life was without those things. So everybody's got their own reasons for stopping. And if you enjoy drinking and you have really no reason to stop, great. Don't change what you're doing. If you are looking to lose weight, tone up, it's worth a try. And if you try and you can't stop drinking, there's something else for you. Way at the front of a phone book, you can find some information about that. Some of you guys will get that. Anyways, that's all I got to say today. This has come up a lot, the alcohol thing. So that's my honest answer. Experience tells me it does matter more than I wish I could tell you. It doesn't mean you have to give it up. Keep it to a minimum, and even at a minimum, it will slow your progress. My goal is to make you the happiest, most fulfilled person you can be. And more often than not, giving up substances like that will make you feel better about yourself, will have you looking better, and just thinking with a clearer head, and not having to wake up the next day feeling like absolute trash. So there you go, guys. Enjoy the rest of the day. It's been a beautiful weekend, and I look forward to seeing y'all next week. Go get 'em.